If you are an international student, these big changes will affect you. If you're one of those people who are thinking of changing their DLI or coming into Canada with a study permit for an institution and then want to change maybe for a better course in order to get what you want in Canada. So if you fall within this category of people, you may just need to stay to the end of this video, and you can also stay to get information so you'll be able to advise people who may come your way who are planning to study in Canada or who are already in Canada. With the new Prime Minister newly elected now, there are a lot of changes, both the ones that were put in place before now and the other changes that are coming up in order for them to adjust concerning their immigration policy, adjust concerning overpopulation and others. So please stay tuned to the end of this video. This is Inspiration Gist with Dora. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please do so right now, and also like and share this video. So here's the thing. There are big changes that are here in Canada for international students. Now, as of May 1, that's today as I'm making this video, if you're transferring between schools, you just got a lot, transferring between schools is getting more complicated. If you're studying in Canada or planning to, okay, these changes will seriously impact on your academic journey. First, previously, switching between designated learning institutions was straightforward. Students could update their IRCC profile online and continue their studies seamlessly. Like you want to change institutions and you have a valid study permit, you don't have any problem. All you owed IRCC was to update your profile on your IRCC account. However, as of November 8, 2024, new regulations were put in place which require that for most students to obtain a new study permit, or rather for most students to change their DLI, they need to obtain a valid new study permit before transferring to their DLI. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? Before now, okay, you just need to change institutions with a valid study permit. You can change your school, no matter the province. You were in Ontario and it's not finding life easier for you, or you think that the course you came in to study, now that you're on ground, you're seeing a different thing and you need to do something else. Before now, all you needed to do is apply to the school, get admission, car park your load, and go back and go to that province and just notify IRCC. Now they are saying that you need to get a new study permit. Now, before now, between January and May 2025, okay, the students were allowed to temporarily work, or they call it a temporary relief, which allows students to transfer to a new institution while their study permit extension was in process. The students can, of course, still apply to IRCC or for a new study permit. However, they could start with the new school while processing their new study permits. That was the relief that was on from January to May 2025. But as we begin the month of May today, okay, this relief has ended. It has ended. Now, if you're a post-secondary student planning to switch institutions, you will need to apply for a new study permit. And this also applies if you've previously changed DLI after November 2024 and wish to transfer again. However, students changing programs within the same DLI or moving between primary and secondary levels may not require a new permit, provided certain conditions are met. You need to read that condition very well. I don't have it here. I can find it and read it for you later. But for now, you need to carry out your research very well. Now, so if you are within an institution, you can always change your programs. There's no problem. You can always change. But where the matter is if you want to leave that institution, and even if it's within the same province, you need to get clarification, you need to get approval. The Canadian government aims to enhance compliance and accountability within the international student program. That is why they are tightening these rules. They need to ensure students remain aligned with their study permit and their immigration objectives. You don't have to blame them. What happened in the past is that students will just apply for any course to get admission and get their study permit and get to Canada. Now, when they get to Canada, they will realize that, oh, it is not as I thought. They will understand the situation better. They understand the system better. And by then, they would have discovered that the course of study with which they entered Canada will not maybe help them to get other things they would want to get from Canada, either permanent resident or become a citizen or even get a job. And this has led so many people to try to change their courses. And a lot of agents out there are leveraging on this and selling anything, any institution that can go to people. Just get admission. When you get to Canada, you can change school. Now you have to know that this has ended. Please, if you have someone who is telling you, oh yeah, let's just apply for this. When you get to Canada, you change it. It's no more as easy as possible. Remember, if you need to change your get a new study permit, you will do a different application altogether, including making giving enough reason why you're changing the course, and also proof of fund. You have to go ahead again to show proof of fund that you'll be able to sustain yourself in that new course of study. Tell them why you want to leave and all that. So if you're planning to transfer between schools, here is what I advise that you do. Here is what I advise that you do. First of all, while you're still in your old school, start applying for a new study permit. Of course, you're still in a program and you want to change while you're still in school, while you're still running the program, apply to get admission. You can get admission to another program. While your study permit is still on, you then apply for a new study permit. And get your necessary documents. Like I said, remember, you have to start all over again to get a proof of fund and any other provincial attestation. You will need to get it even though you're already in Canada. And then you will submit to IRCC and wait for everything to be approved. You have to wait for everything to be approved before you can even register in the new DLI. Before now, you can just get admission and register with the new DLI, and then while still waiting for IRCC. Now, what they are saying is that you don't do anything, don't take any action, don't make any move until you get your study permits handed over to you by IRCC before you can say you're not doing again in the other institution. So, to be on the first side, on the safer side, my advice will be that you stay in your institution. Some of you, it has financial implications because you're paying school fees and you don't want to continue with that course. You don't want to finish that course, and but you just have to keep paying the school fees to maintain your status. That is the price that you have to pay. That's the price that you have to pay for this. If not, you are stuck with the course that you came to study under, which you have discovered may not help you get what you want from Canada. My dear people, you don't have to blame the IRCC or Canada Immigration. They are trying to sanitize the system. And these changes are what will help them to underscore the importance of careful planning, and then, that they will help them to understand how people are reacting or the movement of students. Because according to them, they said in the time past, some people have entered Canada and they disappeared. Like they could not trace them anywhere. They are not in the DLI and there is no trace of where they went from there. So you don't have to blame them, my dear. So these are the changes I just decided to bring your way, because this is May 1 and most of you must have heard this news some time ago, but this is today. This May 1 is the day this policy is getting this policy is kicking off. You can say it is kicking off in real time today, May 1, 2025. Okay, my dear people, for more updates on international studies and policies in Canada, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that whenever I drop another news concerning Canada immigration, any other thing that may interest you as a human being living on the face of the earth, this is what I bring your way on this channel. So please stay tuned, share your experience and or questions in the comment section, and I will try as much as possible to help you if I have an answer. If I don't have, I'm a researcher. I can also research on your behalf. Thank you so much. I'll see you again in my next video.